Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel. It's Mr. Hunterline here, and yes, I'm back. I am back, folks, with another one. I'm kicking things off in Borough Park, Brooklyn, picking up a shipment of lights, and I'm taking them to a warehouse, a new warehouse, actually a wine warehouse located in Paramus, New Jersey. Thank God I got these two guys, ready, got up early to help me out and load my truck. Definitely takes a toll and a lot off the body. I appreciate these guys. So I've been talking a lot about ETFs and mutual funds, but you know what? We're going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to talk a little bit about a stock, and a stock that I bet a lot of you guys been sleeping on. The stock called Delta. That's right. Ticker symbol DAL. Delta Airlines. For the record, I am not a financial advisor. So everything shared in this video is for information and entertainment purposes only, and only reflects my personal opinions and my experiences. So please, folks, always do your own research before you invest. So I started to invest into Delta Airlines in October of 2025. This was one of the ones where I was studying so much, and I was like, yes, no. And I said, you know what, man, what the hell? Let's just go for it. And boy, was I right. So the initial investment when I first started, the price per share was $60.79, all the way up until my last purchase, which was early May, till $72.76. And then as of right now, on June 1st, the price per share for this stock stands at $80. So I got to say, man, I was right. I was absolutely right. At this point in time right now, I own 6 shares of Delta, and I'm up right now at 17%. As a delivery business owner, I understand transportation. And I can tell you that Delta Airlines is trending, and is trending upward and forward. This company is generating a strong cash flow, and it remains one of the strongest names in the airline industry. So I heard about the story, of the great Warren Buffett, who actually wasn't a fan of airline stocks. And Warren Buffett is the man. I don't have to get too much into that. We all know the kind of story of this guy and the whole entire stock market field. But overall, he believed that the industry had a history of destroying shareholder value. So you know what? With that said, let's talk about some pros and cons of investing into Delta. Airlines are highly exposed to changes in oil and jet fuel prices. And from an economic standpoint, when there's a recession or even just a sniff of a recession, you know what's going to happen. Travel demand is just going to decline. People are just going to hold on to their money. Yep. And then you have the casual issues from labor costs, like with the pilots, the mechanics, and flight attendant contracts. And then we can't forget the external risks, right? Like weather, geographical events, pandemics, and all type of travel disruptions. Well, the Delta stock is exactly what it is, right? It's a stock. It can go up, it can go down. And we all know that the stock market is risky, and everybody should know that. And on the pro side, shareholders get paid dividends during strong business cycles. And once those planes are filled, additional passengers can significantly increase its profits. I like my positioning with Delta. I know airlines can be risky, but you know what? This is a risk that I'm willing to take. As I told you guys before, I own 6 shares of Delta and I'm up 17%. And every time I take a look at it, it's continuing and continuing to give me a good profit. So I'm really cool with that. Overall, the airline is one of the largest airlines in the world. Beyond passenger travel, the company generates revenue from premium seating, international routes, cargo operations, vacation packages, maintenance services, and it also has a loyalty program. So I wanted to share with you guys briefly this chart regarding Delta's Q1 2026 earnings. Now, as you can see, Delta made or produced right around $16 billion in revenue. And this suggests that travel demands remain relatively high, even though the economy was kind of sticky. You can see that the earnings per share is at 64 cents, which is a dip from $1.55 earnings per share in Q4 2025. I'm not going to trip over that because historically, when you look at any kind of airlines, this is a very common thing to happen in Q1 of each year. Now, fuel costs did hurt us a little bit, but who didn't? What company was not affected by the rising cost of jet fuel? But overall, when I look at the outlook and what Delta was able to do during Q1 2026, producing about $16 billion in revenue with only 2.4 million in operating, oh sorry, 2.4 billion in operating costs, I'm actually okay with that. I have no issues with that at all. Now, the Delta stock is not going to be for everyone. I'm actually an ETF mutual fund kind of guy. I'm not going to hold a lot of stocks because they're just too risky. But the Delta stock is a very attractive stock to me because I can see where it started at the beginning and I can see where it's growing. And let alone because it's one of the biggest and long lasting airlines in the world, I'm very, very attracted to this stock. So it automatically gives my portfolio exposure to transportation and travel. And it complements some of my holdings already, like Fitzrocks, FSPSX, SoxQ, which is arguably one of my favorites, Arty, Pave, and NVIDIA. Every day I'm focused on transportation, scheduling customers, recruiting, fuel costs, customer service, and moving anything large, small, medium of product inside my truck. And Delta pretty much is doing the same thing, but they're doing the same thing on a global scale. And that's one of the reasons why I'm choosing this stock as a part of my investment portfolio. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget, this report regarding Delta reflects my personal opinions and is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. I've done a lot of homework on this stuff. I'm studying this stuff and I'm happy that I'm an investor. Don't forget to go ahead and do your homework as well. Remember, discipline creates financial freedom. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I want to thank all of you guys for watching. Thanks, guys. Peace.